41 years I held my breath, submerged in silence, trapped by trauma, until one sound changed everything. It lifted me out of the depths of my despair. This is a story I've never told until now. A story of how sound can reach the deepest parts of your soul. How frequency can ripple through your body and stir something within. Growing up, I always loved my grandfather's stories of the merchant navy. It was the sea that called me, and I loved the stories of adventure, the sea spray on my face. I wanted freedom. By the time I was 9, I had already decided to join the Navy. I wanted to shoot guns and go to sea. There was just one problem: women weren't allowed. At 17, Mum helped me apply for the RANS, the Women's Royal Australian Naval Service, and she gave me the courage to chase my dreams. I was bubbling with excitement as I boarded the overnight train to Melbourne, but it wasn't long till reality hit. In training, whatever I thought I knew about myself was questioned. This was a man's world, and as women, we had to know our place. I tried to speak up many times, but they wouldn't listen. It felt like I was nothing, but it got worse. The men gave us insidious nicknames like turtles because we were covered from neck to toe in uniform, and like turtles, we were fucked on our backs. I did what I had to do to survive and just slid further into my turtle shell. Despite not wanting to get married, I found myself there, married and pregnant. The RANS didn't tolerate pregnancies, and as soon as I started to show, I was told to leave. When my marriage ended, I went back to what I knew, back into the RANS as a single parent. There was one condition. They said I had to leave my family behind and put the RANS above everything else. I felt I had no choice and left Kylie, my baby girl, to be raised by my parents. I tried marriage again 8 years later. It was another disaster, arguments and confusion. And then, one afternoon, we found him, my husband hanging in the bathroom. I felt shame, blame, guilt. Kylie saw it all, and we were never the same. The hurt was too hard to reconcile. I can't help thinking this is the price for choosing the Navy above everything else, afraid to enter the outside world. And I stayed silent. Speaking up would cost me my career. Finally, my body started shouting, rebelling, until a brain tumour forced me to stop and the surgery cracked me wide open. I knew I had to change. I had to survive. In 2010, I finally left the Navy. Relief washed over me. It's hard to understand why I stayed and put up with it for so long. I'd lost my child, I'd lost everything. In the aftermath, I went searching, travelling again, only this time for myself. I came across a shaman who led me to India, where I found myself curled up in a fetal position, releasing, awakening. It was during this experience that I realised I had a strong connection to sound. It was the frequencies that healed me, the sound waves that took me on the spiritual journey that I didn't know I'd been searching for. I discovered the gong. Its deep resonance shook something loose in me. It was a frequency that didn't ask questions. Sound is subtle, but it shifts everything. because everything has a frequency. And when the soul is calm and at peace, it allows us to see life and what we have lived more clearly. The day my mum passed over was the day I arrived as a healer. At the stroke of midnight, I played the gong, and it was the most liberating hour of my life. In 2023, I lost my only child, Kylie, when she died in a tragic accident. Nothing could prepare me for that moment, but the gong resonance held me when words couldn't. It reminded me of who I am. It reminded me that love never dies. Now I channel sound, each strike a message. When I play, I soar. I feel strong, alive. I have risen from pain and guilt, from silence. But this is not about me, it's about you. The sound, the healing, the knowing. The gong is the key. In softened faces, in bodies relaxed, in the stillness that follows. And then I say, there it is. In a world spinning out of sync, we crave connection to ourselves, to each other, to something deeper. The gong and its frequencies gives us the courage to be who we truly are. That's why I created the neosonic healing frequencies. They were born from my own journey through darkness into light. Now, I want to share them with you to awaken that same peace, strength, and clarity that is within you. The gong is the key. Simple, ancient, profound.